Okay, so today we're going to learn how to make a clay tile. Even if you're at home, you can still work in clay. It shouldn't take a ton of space, um, but you will need your kit from school. So if you are working from home, please make sure that you have picked up your ceramics supply kit from school. It should be available Monday through Friday, 8 to 3 in the front office with your name on it. So in the kit, you're going to find some clay. You want to find a good workspace. Just a kitchen table is usually good, or a countertop is usually good. I recommend finding something you can work on top of. Like if you have like an old pillowcase, sometimes that is a good surface to work on. Otherwise, just a washable tabletop should work. If you have a piece of canvas or something like that, that would also work too. So you want to have some kind of cloth surface to work on. Clay does wash out, so try to use something old, nothing with texture, something smooth. You're going to need your clay tools from the DIY assignment. So you'll need your scoring tool that you made, and your rib, and any of the other tools that you've made, the loop and the needle tool. And then you're going to need your clay. So at home, you may have to be creative about how to roll out an even slab, which is a flat piece of clay. Normally, I would use a rolling pin and 2 guide sticks. These are evenly thick sticks that I can put on either side of my clay. And I can roll out this clay until it's the same thickness as the guide sticks. I'm going to see if I can get rid of these. There we go. So now we can see it a little bit better. I would normally want this to be a nice even thickness, and I'd use the guide sticks and I use the rolling pin together to roll out my clay until it was the thickness of the guide sticks. However, you may not have these materials at home, so you may have to just make do with your hands and any materials that you have that would work. If you can find something that is round that you could use to press in, a dowel rod, or just anything that's sturdy. Like if you have a piece of pipe, like if you have a piece of PVC pipe laying around, those make good makeshift rollers. But without this, you might just have to use your hands to get as even of a surface as possible. So the first thing you're going to do is take your slab of clay, and you are going to stretch and thin out this piece of clay. So the way I'm going to do that is by slamming it, and notice I'm doing a sort of diagonal landing here. This is similar to like stretching out pizza dough. So I'm going to go this direction, then I'm going to go the other direction. Now, if you don't have a roller, you don't have a rolling pin or guide sticks, then you could just do this until it's a nice even thickness, about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch thick. So maybe you just do this until it is, a good thickness. So this is probably about the same thickness as like a pencil. If you think about the thickness of a pencil, it should be about that thick. So you can just do this, and then what you can do is put this on a surface that, like that pillowcase or some surface like that. You could use a big piece of paper, although the paper will absorb some moisture. And you can just kind of flatten this out until you feel like it's a nice, even feeling thickness. So about a finger width. That's probably a good width for your clay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my rib, the bigger part of your card, and I'm going to press and smooth in every direction. So up and down, side to side, diagonal. And what this does is it compresses your clay, and that compression helps your clay stay with its shape. So right now it's nice and flat. If it dried funny, it might start to curve or warp a little bit. And this compression helps avoid that. It's kind of like just showing the clay who's boss, just smoothing it out so you know that your clay is nice and it's compressed. And if you have a little clay bubble pop up, press that in, smooth it out, and use your rib to smooth it further. So, okay, so now I have my big flat slab of clay and it's pretty even. If you do have something to roll it with, you know, even if you don't have anything that you could use as guide sticks to keep the thickness even, you could still roll it out. Clay is washable, but make sure you have permission if you're using somebody's favorite rolling pin. So the next thing is you're going to cut out your tile. You might want to measure out what size your tile is going to be and then lay that down as a template. So I'm going to lay this down and use anything that you can slice through the clay will work. I have like an old butter knife. You could use your needle tool if you can get it to be sturdy enough. You could use an X-Acto knife. Anything that you can get that slices through the clay, you can use to cut. And there's a lot of tools that you can find around the house that would work. And again, clay washes off really easily. So as long as you have permission to use the tool, go for it. So now I have my clay tile. I'm going to set this extra clay to the side. And I've got my clay tile. So you should have your design. You should know what size it's going to be. So let's say my design is going to be this size. I now have my tile. So now I can start thinking about how to decorate it. Now, I'm going to put this up on a board so you can see a little bit better. I've got my tile here. It's all cut. It's all ready to go and ready to decorate. So maybe it's the end of my work time and I'm ready to stop. In the next video, I'm going to show you some decorating techniques. This is just how to get a nice even slab. You can see that it's nice and even from all sides. And then I'm going to wrap this up in plastic so it stays plastic or workable as long as I want it to be. So this is my finished tile ready for decoration, and that's going to be the next video. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have questions.